Moving on to another conspiracy about a couple of YouTubers. I mentioned RiceGum in my first YouTuber conspiracy theory video. Again, that's linked below. And I talked about him with FouseyTube and how basically I think they did something that was a little bit of like a publicity stunt. This time I'm going to be talking about RiceGum and Jacob Sartorius. So if you guys don't know who RiceGum is, you probably do. I'm not even gonna try to explain who he is. I believe he was the fastest male growing YouTuber last year, like in 2016 or whatever, but he makes diss tracks. He makes really funny like satire comedy videos reacting to a lot of stuff. His second most popular video on his channel to this day even is his These Kids Must Be Stopped video, where he's basically reacting to Jacob Sartorius, Lauren Gray, a whole bunch of other little musers, and he was just kind of making fun of it and saying how they were doing things that were inappropriate and his mom would never let him behave that way on Musical.ly if he was their age. That video was posted in December of 2015. It blew up his channel. He got really big off that, and then most of those musers that were in the video did kind of like reactions to it that went viral, whether they intended them to or not. Like it was recorded on YouNow, for example, where Lauren was mad, Jacob was mad. They were just like, oh, this kid, he's making fun of us because we just got more famous than he did, all this stuff. And RiceGum did diss tracks on them personally based off those reactions. So that just sort of blew up everywhere. And I believe that Jacob and Lauren, all those musers, did get a lot of hate because of that video, because it brought light to the fact that they were singing inappropriate lyrics and all this stuff that maybe people would have brushed over before. That's actually personally how I found all of their social medias. I'm not really in that age range. I've never had a Musical.ly, so I didn't know who they were before that. Regardless, I do think they got a ton of hate because that video went so viral and he was like basically just hating on them and making fun of them and saying they were too young to be acting that way. So this is where I guess you could say the conspiracy comes into play. 6 months after that video went viral in December when it was aired, Jacob came out with a music video called Freaky Friday that RiceGum was in. Most people were like, why is RiceGum in this video after he literally roasted you so hard 6 months ago? Conspiracy theorists and a bunch of people in the comment section on that video believe that Jacob actually paid RiceGum to be in the video so he would stop getting so much hate. And Jacob Sartorius fans, do not come for me. This is not me saying that's the case. This is not me saying that's bad. This is me saying if that's true, that's actually how it works. That's business. Before I did YouTube, I was talking to one of my really good friends who's really good friends with like a really, really big YouTuber, and she was telling me that when that YouTuber collabs with smaller YouTubers, the smaller YouTubers will pay that bigger YouTuber. And I was like, that's insane. Why wouldn't you just make videos? Like, it's fun, you know? But once I started doing YouTube myself, I realized that's how it works because it's fair. It's only fair. When you're a bigger YouTuber, you're giving that smaller YouTuber more exposure. Ultimately, they're gonna earn more off their ad revenue. It's just how it works because you can't be doing favors for everyone. Obviously, Jacob wasn't a small YouTuber by any means, but RiceGum had surpassed 2 million subscribers, and if you look on Jacob's social blade, he still had less than 1 million, so that is kind of a pretty big gap, especially because RiceGum gets a ton of views on everything that he does post. It's usually proper etiquette when you're collabing with someone that you do have a similar amount of followers or there is monetary exchange going on. Unless you're like really good friends, then it's just friendship, you know? Then it doesn't really matter so much about the followers. But as you can tell, they weren't really friends. They're not even remotely the same age. I just sort of do think that it was like a business deal and it would be in Jacob's best interest because when that video was posted with RiceGum, if you look at the comment section, everyone's commenting, oh, came here for RiceGum. Oh, Jacob, you're not that bad. You're friends with RiceGum. Like, you're cool now. So I think the hate diminished a little bit because he was friends with the guy who roasted him. When you do a music video, I can't speak for personal experience because I'm not a singer. I've never been in a music video or anything, but you usually are paying the people in it anyways, whether it's girls in bikinis, it's the videographer, etc. So even if it wasn't for the difference in numbers and the way things happen with RiceGum's diss track and the These Kids Must Be Stopped video and all the hate that Jacob was getting, I just think that Jacob paid him regardless. Maybe you guys didn't really think about that because when I was reading the comment section on the Freaky Friday video, I thought it was really funny that people were saying things like, oh, they're best friends now. I just thought that was really interesting, and I told some people that and they said that it had never really crossed their minds, and I just, knowing how this stuff kind of works and looking into it, I was like, I'm gonna put this in the video. So yeah.